Good morning, friends, and welcome to our fourth webinar hosted by Ethical Advisors. This is our endeavor to spread knowledge and empower you to take informed decisions. We are extremely delighted today to share a very important topic which most of us may love to participate and listen to. Most of us are seasoned investors. Most of us have been saving for our future, for the welfare of our families, and for future goals. It is our endeavor on this program to offer you an insight along with the relevant investment experts into certain very interesting products whom we call the powerful trio. This trio of products are extremely understood, under marketed, I would think. And unlike a normal fixed deposit or a government saving scheme, or maybe even a mutual fund, which we've all have been investing or have experience of, these are very, very important for your long-term financial planning goals to be met. So we kickstart today's seminar, or rather webinar, with the title Unraveling the Powerful Trio. We have with us today Himmat Chauhan, who is an investment specialist with ICICI Prudential Life. And I welcome Himmat to the webinar. Thank all of you for taking time off on a Sunday morning to attend this webinar. Himmat, over to you. Share your insights with the elite audience who have joined us today.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Modi. And it is indeed a pleasure to address such an elite audience. And rightly mentioned by you, the need for the long-term financial planning, especially which is the passive income, which is the need of an hour, as well as we all know that fixed deposits and the mutual funds are the most popular saving instruments in India. But there is another wide array of products which are available in the industry with a whole lot of benefits and features. So I would like to share what ICICI Prudential have such alternatives which can help an investor to diversify their portfolio.
Thank you. At the outset, before we start, I would request the participants not to scratch on the screen or not to put any animations, please. This is for the benefit of everybody else who may get distracted. Also, this webinar may end at the end of 40 or 45 minutes. Kindly use the same Zoom login to re-enter the rooms and we will admit you back. Great. Himmat, can you throw light on what exactly in the current scenario are the alternatives that we have and what are the options that one should look for, especially from a traditional product perspective?
Sure. So if you look the alternatives, I want to just start with the presentation. So if you look, what are the investment options which are or asset class available where an investor invest. So if you look the asset class, the majorly which an investor invest is real estate, which they invest into. Then there is a gold. Then if you look another asset class which they invest into is equities. Then there is fixed income and gold. But I would just like to take 1 minute on this slide to mention out the points or the drawbacks for a particular source of investment. And let's talk about real estate. We all know that huge amount of money is required into invest into real estate, and also the rental income which comes into real estates are taxable. So that's the problem. If you look on the other side, if you look at the gold are inversely proportional to the equity market. So when equity markets fall, gold prices rises. But for a longer term horizon, there are other investment options which are really good. Now, now if you look the two major investment sources, one is equities, which is very volatile and very uncertain at this point of time. And I'm pretty sure in just 3 months in this COVID pandemic, we have seen a huge volatility in the equity markets. And Now the fixed income side, fixed income is a really good proposition, and if you look the past 2 years historical return, fixed income instruments have delivered a better return as compared to equity because of the huge repo rate cuts. Now talking from the ICICI Prudential perspective, if you look for the further slide, currently as an investor, they are focusing on the three major factors. One is stability, second is safety, and third is visibility. So they need the stability into a product. They need safety. How? Because the safety is a biggest concern at this point of time, where we see where we every day we come up with news such as Franklin Templeton closing down mutual funds. There is a default. There is a NPA. So safety is a paramount factor which has been considered. And third is the visibility, where how much amount has been invested and how much maturity I'm getting. So here as ICICI Prudential, we have products which are safety oriented, which are market linked, and with whole lot of benefits. So I would like to take one by one on a particular product. So today, as the session name itself suggests, unraveling the powerful trio. So here we will be unraveling three major trio. The first is ICICI Prudential ASIP. It is known as Assured Savings Insurance Plan. The second is ICICI Prudential Lakshya Lifelong Income, and third is ICICI Prudential Future Perfect, which is a blend of beautiful equity and debt. So I'll be discussing on the product one by one. Yeah. Now, if you look, if you look at the slide, if we all know that interest rates are been reducing over the period of time. So interest rates, as India is a developing country, will be moving towards a developed country. Our interest rate will be same as a developed country, and some developed country like Japan has negative interest rates because the people are very conservative approach, and if there are negative interest rates, in order to government ask the people to spend their money, so that there is money multiplier effect going on. So we all know that post-tax return FD returns are way lower than the inflation, and less attractive for a long-term return. And we all know that currently at an FD rate stand at 6.5%, but the post-tax, let's take 30% post-tax, it's roughly around 4%. And counting in the inflation of India, India's inflation range between 2 to 6%, and on average, India's inflation is around 6.4%. So the product which is not fetching you better return than inflation, I don't think so. It's a good source of investment.
Himmat, that actually brings us to one question which has been asked by. What I'll do is, in the interest of adding value, what we'll also do is we'll also start taking throwing questions which have come in at the right time, so that you don't have to wait till the end. One very important question a lot of viewers have asked us is, what is the outlook that an investment specialist like you would have on interest rates over the next 3, 5, 10, 15 years, especially given that pandemic has really changed the economic growth engine. So, in that scenario, does it make sense to, at least throw some light and also share some experiences of what banks have been doing recently and how that will pan out and affect us as depositors or people expecting a fixed rate?
Sure. So if you look in past this pandemic, the deposit growth for all the banks have increased, because now people did panic selling in the equity markets. They moved their money into fixed deposit. But on the lending side, banks are still struggling. So here, if you look at the rate cuts which are being there by repo rate cut, we are expected that India's GDP is going to decline at around 3.2%. So in order to jumpstart the economy back to the pre-COVID levels, there will be again few rate cuts going on. So the rate cuts will be there. We will see a rate cut coming coming quarters. So if anyone is investing into, let's say, a fixed deposit, he always have a risk of reinvestment risk, because if we invest at the current 6.4%, let's say after 1 year horizon, if FD rates fall to 5%, there's a reinvestment risk which is going on. So it's better to lock in interest rates at this point of time for a longer term horizon, where there is a surety in mind that I have locked in 6% for a, let's say, 10-year horizon or a 15-year horizon. So interest rates will decline as we are a developing country, and even because of the COVID, in order to jumpstart the economy back, the RBI will come up with few rate cuts more.
Interesting. No wonder my old aunt last week was fretting because she had some money in a bank. It was for 9%, and now when she went to renew, apparently they were offering her less than 5%, even for a 5-year paper. So we take your point. What you're saying is that there is no instrument today in a bank or a corporate which will guarantee you a particular rate tax-free for 10, 15 years. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Himmat, you did mention something about passive income. Can you help us understand what exactly is this concept of passive income and why does it gain significance from a long-term perspective?
Sure, sure. So I will just, if you look by just by the definition in a nutshell, that passive income is either let's define an income in two horizon. One is active, second is passive. So active income is an income where you put your efforts, you put your time, and you generate money. So that it is a main source of your income. Whereas the passive income, it is derived from the income generating from your asset. So your money is making money for you. That is passive income. And if you look earlier, what used to happen, earlier people only used to rely on one source of income, which is their main source of income. But in today's day, because of such crisis, we have seen in just past 3 months, almost in India, 27 million youth between the age group of 20 to 30 have lost their jobs. And we are also expecting another second COVID wave, where we are expecting 340 million people to lose their jobs. So in such type of crisis, if you are depending only on one source of income, it's very difficult for a particular family where there is only a sole bread earner, and your whole financial management goes for a toss. So passive income is really important at this point of time, where you have a second or a third source of income coming and generating revenue for you. Now if you look here rightly, if you look at the slide at this which is there on the screen, it is divided into four quadrants. So if you look someone as an employee, time is equal to money. For an employee, if I put efforts in my job, I will be rewarded through promotions, I will be rewarded through bonuses. But it is restricted to time. So the amount of time and efforts I put, I will be rewarded. Same for the businesses. If I put, for example, someone is self-employed. If he puts time and efforts into his business, he will try to expand it. He will try to diversify. He will come bring us with the new product lines. But it is all restricted to the time. The more time he puts, the more rewards he gets. But as a human, we have only, let's say, in a 24-hour, we put only 8 to 9 hours for a particular day to put look out for the productivity. But in a passive income, it's completely opposite. In passive income, your money is being generating 24/7. So your money is working for you over the night, over the day. It's giving you revenue 24/7. So it's really important for an individual to invest into a products where they get a revenue income over the period of time. So they do not need to be cautious about the uncertainty which will be there in the future. So it's very important concept of a passive income.
Fantastic. What you're saying is that we should have like a genie who used to work with Aladdin and do anything that he commanded. So today, if I have something in the financial space, a genie equivalent, that is something is what we should create to generate passive income. Fantastic. Now, Himmat, so I will not waste time. Can you, in the current scenario, you did mention that iPro has a lot of products under different categories, and today we would like to focus on traditional plans. And hence, this is the trio which probably we are talking about, the Ram, the Lakshman, and the Bharat of passive income. So can you please guide our viewers in terms of these products and what are the benefits of these three that they will come through? And then probably if we can take questions, or you can throw lights on the features of each of these products and how one can practically go about it.
Sure, sure. So just talking about the trio, the first, let's say, our ICICI Prudential ASIP, which is known as Assured Saving Insurance Plan. It's a very good proposition. As I said, people are looking for safety, stability, and visibility, where they want a guaranteed income over the period of time. So our ASIP is a 100% guaranteed product, where the amount of investment which a client invests is written on the contract paper, and the maturity amount, total maturity proceeds, everything are written on a paper. So not a penny less or a penny more he will get, but it's a 100% guaranteed plan. And ASIP is a better alternative for FDs at this point of time, because we all know the interest rates that keep falling over the period of time. And even the interest rates or the interest income on FDs are taxable. And the income and we all know that how government has been changing income tax slab in a very frequent years, where they're coming with an old regime, now they're coming with a new regime. So it's better to invest into a product where you are getting a better return than FD. You're getting a cover also from a day one, and there is a no reinvestment risk. Especially I want to focus on the reinvestment risk, because in FDs you can book an FD for a 5-year horizon, but then after a 5 year, you just need to reinvest at the current prevailing interest rates. Whereas here, you are locking in the interest rate at this point of time for next 15 years or 10 years and making a better return, and all the returns are tax free in a AC product. Now, I would just like to quantify the numbers, how ASIP works in a quantify. Let's put in a quantify. If you look at the next slide, yeah, just again, yeah, if you look at here, ASIP says 7 pay 8 stay. So let's take a small example. If someone at the age of 20 invest 10 lakh rupees as a premium they pay, they pay 10 lakhs for 7 years. So they pay 70 lakh of rupees. On maturity on the 15th year, ICICI Prudential ASIP guarantees you 1.30 crore. It is a guaranteed amount, not a rupee less or not a rupee more. It is a guaranteed amount plus all the maturity is tax free. So there's no tax angle involved to it. So so just to highlight some point, you're getting a better return than FD, extra benefit for starting early, 100% no risk because it's a completely guaranteed product where it is not like it is subjected to market or any conditions. Even after the 15 years, let's say equity market go for a turmoil or debt market go for a turmoil, your 1.3 crores are guaranteed and all the maturity are tax free. As a biggest benefit as compared to FD, here you are getting a better return and a tax free return. But important is you're also getting a life cover, which is a need of an hour. And if you look the insurance perspective, insurance was much of a push product earlier, but now in this COVID era, people has realized the importance of insurance. Now it is much of a pull product. Now the people are themselves going for a search and going for a insurance cover in order to safeguard the interests of their family. So here in this product, investment and insurance both are coupled into one product. So it's a very good proposition for someone who is looking for guaranteed income with no reinvestment risk, better return than FD, and a visibility. Now, this is a small comparison where you can see how ICICI Prudential ASIP as compared to a bank deposit. You get a life cover here, yes, you get a 10 times life cover. So in an earlier example, if you pay 10 lakhs, you're getting a cover of 1 crore from the day one. Whereas on a bank deposit, you do not get a cover. Second is the reinvestment risk. In ASIP, there's no reinvestment risk because it is completely guaranteed amount. You're locking in the current interest rates and you're getting a guaranteed amount on the 15th year. Whereas in bank deposit, there is a reinvestment risk because whenever there's a repo rate cut, you again need to rebook your FD at the prevailing interest rates. Third, your tax-free returns, yes, you're getting a tax-free returns, whereas on a bank deposit, you do not get a tax-free return. Now, if you look how does the investment work? So in ASIP, you have two options. One, you pay for 5 years, you get the maturity on the 10th year. Second is you pay for 7 years and you get the maturity on the 15th year. And I want to reiterate that as I've taken earlier seminar, that many people are looking for a goal-based planning and their long-term objectives, such as child education, they want to go for a retirement. And earlier, if you look in 2020, many people who have invested into equities or any other products 10 years back, thinking that after 10 years I will retire with this huge corpus, but their whole objective has been demolished because of the market crash. So if you have a long-term horizon whose timeline cannot be extended, for example, after 15 years, if I want to send my son or daughter for higher education, I need to send them. I cannot say that it depends on the equity market that my money should grow or not. But if you want them to go on a particular after 15 years, you should go for a product which is giving you guarantee, because you know at the back of your mind that I will be getting 1.3 crore on the 15th year. So you do not need to compromise on your timelines and your long-term objective. So it's a very good proposition for a long-term perspective.
Fantastic. No, what you're saying is, just to summarize for the benefit of our viewers, that this is the product where you have to probably pay for 5 or 7 years a fixed amount, and there is a guaranteed maturity amount rounded off to the nearest rupee, and hence you need to take a look at it in terms of the complete package. Plus, in like putting a large sum in a bank or a mutual fund, in case of death, your nominee will only get that amount back, whereas here you get 10 times the cover, which is a huge benefit. So if you put 10 lakhs, there's a 1 crore cover waiting. I think that's fantastic. Guys, we just have heard from the notification we also on the screen that we probably will log off in less than 10 minutes. If it happens, we will all use the same Zoom link and log in again. So that is a request. Great. Ahmed, we would probably then take your advice and move on. This is very good. This out of the trio, you explained to us the Ram of the trio. Can we also now try to understand in very simple terms the Lakshman, who is ICICI through Lakshya? How does this product work, and how does this help us in these times?
Yes, yes. So, talking about the Lakshman, as you said, the Lakshya lifelong income. So here, as I said, the passive income importance, which people has realized at this point of time. Here, it's a very good proposition by ICICI Prudential, where a individual is getting a tax-free income till 99 years of age. So, for example, if I am in my peak of my career, and if I'm saving more, I could invest into product like Lakshya lifelong income, so that in case there is uncertainty after 5 years or 10 years, I'm pretty sure that I'm getting a guaranteed income for 99 years, or till the age of 99 years. So here you're getting a guaranteed income till 99 years of age. You're getting an annual income which is greater than your premiums. You're getting a life cover till 99 years of age, because you're getting a life cover from day one. Then there's a regular additions from year one, and all the maturity which you get here is completely tax free. So it's a
Hang
very
on,
good proposition. Yeah.
hang on. I think you have completely floored me. You are saying, first of all, thank you for saying that I will live till age 99. That is very complimentary. So what you're saying is, if I live till age 99, I have to contribute for a few years now, and I will get that same money or more back every year till I'm alive. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes. This is a proposition. You just need to pay for a few years, and you get your money till 99 years of age.
So it is in a way better than annuity that is offered by the traditional PSUs. You know, I mean,
Yes, yes. It's 100% better than annuities, and even the annuities are taxable. Whereas here, it is completely tax-free proposition. So if we will just quantify same like we did for ASIP,
sure.
for example, an individual at the age of 35, if he invests 3 lakh rupees per year for 10 years, so he has total invested 30 lakh rupees. After 5 years, he's getting a guaranteed 4.5 lakh as a regular addition. Then from 51st year, he is getting 3.54 lakh per annum till 99 years of age. And even on the 99th year, he is getting a lump sum of around 40 lakhs. So it's a very good proposition where an individual is just paying 30 lakh rupees, and he's getting a 2.17 crore. So it is regular income which is getting till 99 years of age. So it's like, and usually people invest into Lakshya lifelong income a huge sum by calculating their monthly expenses. For example, my monthly expense is 50,000 rupees. So I should invest 6 lakh rupees. Means 6 lakh rupees I should get after 10 years, so that I did not need to worry for my monthly expenses. So people invest by looking into their monthly expenses, 3 lakh rupees, 6 lakh rupees, as well as 10 lakh rupees, looking into a Lakshya lifelong product. And good part is you're getting the tax-free income, and all 3.54 lakh rupees is completely tax-free, unlike in annuity which is taxable, and all the lump sum payout are tax-free. And a good part is you're getting a cover from the day one. So it's a very good proposition. It's a very good proposition of a passive income. And in this time, in COVID era, people has realized the importance of passive income, and product like Lakshya lifelong income. It's a very good proposition to add in their product portfolio. So yeah, this is Lakshya
so
lifelong income.
just
If you
to
look, yeah,
reflect back, for the benefit of viewers and myself, if I were to put, say, 3 lakh rupees per annum, that is your slide, right? That's the one. Yeah. So if I put 3 lakhs now, just tuck it away for 10 years and then wait for another 5 years. After that, my entire post-retirement monthly expense can be met just by this one product if I am wise enough to start right now. Is that correct?
yes,
And in between,
completely
God
100.
forbid I die, then the 10 times the cover, that is 30 lakhs plus all additions, bonuses will accrue. And if not, if I
Yes,
survive till age 99, then the entire stream of 3.5 lakhs per annum till age 99 comes to me. Plus, at 99, I'll get a nice chunky 13.5 lakh as a birthday gift from iPro. Is that correct?
yes, you are completely correct. So it's a very good proposition for someone as a passive income source, regular income. And good part is that the payouts which you're getting is higher than what you paid. So here you're getting your payouts are higher than your annual premium. So if you look at the 6 lakh example, you're paying 6 lakh, but you're getting 7.08 lakhs per year till 99 years.
Sure.
So here, if you calculate the inflation part, everything has been considered.
So one question that some of our viewers have pointed out is why not just put money into a large deposit and enjoy the interest? I mean, how would you counter that argument? Again, so this is FD versus this product, which people are trying to
Yes, yes,
understand. So can you just very
yes,
quick 2 point summarize? Suppose if I put, let's say,
yes.
2 crores in an FD and earn 20, I mean, usse acha, why is this better? So can you just summarize in 2 points?
Yes, yes. So number one problem with FDs are that there's a huge amount of reinvestment risk, as I earlier mentioned, that you need to reinvest again at the prevailing interest rates. And people in 10 years back had invested at 12% FD, but now they are booking FD at 5%. So biggest problem is reinvestment risk. Second is the taxation part. So we knew that in the taxation part, FDs are taxable, whereas here you're getting a complete tax-free income, and people in today's time do want a hassle-free income. So after 10 years, 15 years, my retirement, I do not need to go for paperwork, how much amount interest I've earned, how much taxation I need to pay, is a long-term or a short-term capital gain tax. No. Here it's very simple. All the payouts which you get is completely tax-free. And good part is there's no reinvestment risk. And here in FD, what happens? FD, as I said, every 5 years, if you I just want to reiterate more, the underlying of Lakshya lifelong income is usually government paper which are 30 years horizon. So here we are booking government papers, which is most trusted paper in India. You're getting government paper for next 30 years. So you're getting a regular income over the period of time. So it's way better than FD, because FD is subjected to taxation, it is subjected to reinvestment risk, and even in today's time, where you will see in coming quarters there will be huge amount of NPAs coming forward from various banks, and especially in Maharashtra, if you look, 2 months back, the CKP Cooperative Bank was closed down by RBI, and RBI is still taking measures because of the tension rising of huge amount of NPAs, where the depositors' money is not safeguarded. Whereas
Right.
here it is complete safety, complete better return, safety, stability, and visibility.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I think we have addressed these 2 questions by our audience, but I'll just reiterate what I understood that in case of death after age 50, I mean, in this example, if death happens, let's say at age 65, then you will get 10 times. So that person has been paying 6 lakhs in this example. He will get 60 lakhs plus the entire accrued regular additions. So you will get that amount paid out. Uh, in this illustration, we have chosen 79 lakhs as the maturity amount if that person survives till age 99. So I hope that is clear. If not, then we'll take it at the end of the session. Also, one question is that when I pay 6 lakhs, will I get tax benefit? The answer is yes and no. It will come within your ATC limits. So to that extent, you can take benefit up to the prescribed limit of 1.5 lakh, not the full 6 lakh amount. Excellent. So fantastic. We did go through ASIP. We did go through Lakshya lifelong income. I'm floored. I'm really sold on this lifelong income thing. So we will speak after this webinar. I'm sure I'll have lots of questions myself. Yes, you are showing us some slide. I think gold is the topic of the season, and I guess you're prodding us to look at some interesting thought on gold before we move on to the next topic. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. So, yeah, just to continue with the Lakshya lifelong story. So, if you look, Lakshya lifelong income can be given as a proposition as better compared to gold. So, if you look on the slide on the left side, I have taken out, let's say, from 31st March 1981, where the gold prices were 1600 rupees per 10 grams. And we all know that earlier, where in we say ek tola, which we say, which was 11.4 grams. Now, if you look at the rate which are hovering around 50,000 rupees for per 10 gram. So, if you look in CAGR, of the compound annual growth rate of a gold, if you have invested into gold, you would have made around 8.48% of return. But we all know that gold is subjected to taxation, which is long-term capital gain tax at 20%. So net return here in gold, you will be making around 6.79%, whereas on Lakshya lifelong income, a net return which has been made is around 7.4%. So Lakshya lifelong income is a better proposition than gold, and gold is usually given as a gift. For example, in our daughter's marriage, where we give a huge amount of gold as a gift. But instead of a gold, let's start by gifting a policy of a Lakshya lifelong income, where your daughter can herself enjoy the benefits of the payout over the period of time. Because earlier what used to happen, because I can relate very much with the gold, because I myself has 5 real sisters, so we have self have given gold as a gift to them in the time of their marriages. But earlier we used to make heavy jewelries, but now the things have changed. People are now moving to the small jewelries, very minimal gold on their outfit, their accessories. So they do not want to invest gold as a heavy jewelry type. So rather than giving an heavy jewelry as a gold gift, where they safeguard it into their bank lockers, they do not use it on a frequent way, and just keep it as an investment. I think Lakshya lifelong income, if you gift it, it will be really good proposition because they themselves are reaping the benefits of the payout over and over till 99 years of age. So it's a very good proposition. Instead of gifting a goal, gift a policy with everything being, better returns, payouts have been enjoyed by your daughter. So yeah, that's the whole proposition. I think you're on mute. Hello. Yeah, I think you're on mute.
Yes, sorry. What you're saying is that while gold was a preferred kind of tuck away tool maybe 40, 50 years ago, today there are much more better options. I think point taken. Won't make my wife very happy, but I'll just buy her a small piece of gold like you suggest. And if she's upset, I'll ask her to talk to you and then gift her one of these schemes. Fine. I will take that in risk. You did mention about this lifelong income creation that somebody can do as a parent. Or
Yes.
you have done it for your sisters as well, your parents have done it. Can you just help us understand how that works and how one can, as a senior citizen or as a parent or a grandparent, how they can use this tool for legacy creation?
Yes. So if you look, just a small example on your screen, it's a legacy creation for a grandchildren. So it's, you can, as I say, rather than gifting gold to your daughter or rather than gifting something else to your grandchild, you better give them a Lakshya lifelong income, because here the benefits are being reaped by themselves, because all the payouts which are they are getting are tax free. So in this small example, let's say if Rohit as a grandfather invested 1 lakh rupees for 10 years for their grandchild, so on the 15th year, when Rohit received 1.5 lakhs, means for example, on the 15th year when his grandchild wants to get some gift, he's getting a guaranteed payout of 1.5 lakh, where he can gift a bicycle or an iPad. And while he would move for his higher studies or from his graduation or his post graduation, a regular payout gets started after the 16th year onwards. So it's a very good proposition for your grandchild, where he will be very much happy that his grandfather gifted him a product where he's getting a regular money. It's like a pocket money which he's getting on a regular basis over the period of time. And even good part is that in case of uncertainty, going ahead, here the payout doesn't stop, because the policy has been taken in the name of a grandchild. So here the policy doesn't stop. So if it's very Lakshya lifelong income is a very good proposition, because there is no age limit restriction. So I can take it in a smaller age and I enjoy the benefit till 99 years of age. And even in the grandchild, if we enjoy the benefit till 99 years of age, and let's say at the 85th year, even the grandchild's 85th year, something happens to the grandchild, that benefit will be given to his son. So it's you can see a three legacy plan which you can give as a beautiful proposition. So that's
Okay.
the whole concept of that.
So in this, just to understand it, it's a beautiful slide, by the way. Rohit is the grandfather, Karan is the grandchild. You are saying that Rohit can take it in his grandchild's name,
Modi ji,
so that even
hello,
if
hello. Modi ji, can you use the microphone? We are not hearing properly, sir. Himmat Singh ji's reply is properly coming, but your voice is cracking.
okay, fair enough. Let me use a microphone. Thank you.
Sir. Yes.
Just one second. Just one second. That's a good point. Is this clear?
Yes, yes.
Is this better, guys?
Yes, it's clear now.
Sorry for that. Now, okay. So my point was, Himmat, you were saying that Rohit is the grandfather. He is old, obviously, so he's gifting it to his grandchild. And the grandchild is the life assured. So it's not up to 99 years of the grandfather's age. It is up to 99 years of the grandsons or the granddaughter's age, correct?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I think this point is very clear. Excellent. So moving on to, so this is what we discussed was ASIP and Lakshya lifelong income. which are relatively safe, predictable instruments. This now brings us to the topic which is very close to a lot of people's hearts within iPro in terms of par product. And please help us understand in short, in the next 2-3 slides, what is a par product or a participating product, and how is it slightly better than the other two that we've discussed.
Sure. So there, if you look, there are investors who are very much equity savvy, and who, when in, let's say for example, on 25th March, when Sensex bottomed out at 25,000, many people were still fearing, and they were doing a panic selling. And if you look, Sensex majorly fall from 40,000 to 25,000 levels because major of the foreign institutional investors moved out their money. But if you look data, or if you look, the net inflow in the month of March by domestic institutional investors was 55,000 crore. So the people are there who look who see even when the market falls, they see opportunity and they grab the opportunity. So in a par product, here you can enjoy best of both the worlds. Here you get the benefit of equity, as well you get the benefit of debt. So in equity here, because as we all know, equity is the only instrument which has a a higher chances or a better potential to beat inflation and generate a better return in a longer term horizon. So here a customer bears the risk, his returns are affected by volatility and has higher long term returns. Whereas on the debt side, you are getting a constant return, there's a capital guarantee and a very less risk. So an individual is always in a dilemma. Should I invest into equity or should I invest into debt? So yeah, as an ICICI Prudential, we just came up with a product known as a Future Perfect, where it's a blend of both. So here you're getting chances of higher return as well as a capital safety. So both, the best of both the worlds are combined into one product. So if you look at the the payout structure, and Future Perfect, there is a guaranteed maturity benefit, there is a guaranteed addition, there is a revisionary bonus and a terminal bonus. So here from a day one, there is a guaranteed addition on the policy which has been happening, and there's a guaranteed maturity benefit. So this guaranteed addition and a guaranteed maturity benefit safeguard your capital. So for example, if I invest 10 lakhs, I know that minimum I will get 12 lakh rupees. So there's a capital guarantee by a debt side and a higher return chances because of the revisionary and the terminal bonuses which I will get because of the equity investment. So Future Perfect is a blend of yeah.
For the benefit of the viewers, and since a lot of questions have been asked on my WhatsApp chat, can you hear me, guys?
No, sir. We are not hearing properly.
Now can you hear me?
Sir, yes.
Is this better? Thank you. Thank you, Anil bhai.
Yeah.
So, Himmat, I will just pause you here for the benefit of the viewers. You are saying that the participatory par products will participate in equity in a controlled way. But now let's focus on this slide on the bonuses and how it grows. So what we see as GMB is something which is fixed at the beginning of the plan, you're saying?
Yes, it is fixed.
Okay. And then every year this RB, the reversionary bonus RB 1, 2, 3, 4 keeps getting added to the policy amount. And in the end, the yellow terminal bonus is something extra. So there are 3 different components, which finally, if you see the last at the end of the plan bar, you have a GMB plus the total gray reversionary bonuses and a terminal. That is the total return of the plan. Is that correct?
Yes, completely.
Okay, fantastic. Sorry, let's move on.
Yeah. So here, Future Perfect is a blend of equity plus debt, where if you look, the guaranteed benefits, where as I said, the guaranteed maturity benefit is from the beginning of the plan, and guaranteed death benefit and guaranteed addition. So this is a safeguarded that, yeah, my capital protection is 100% capital protection. So there is no downside for it. Whereas the bonuses part is such as revisionary and terminal bonuses, it will be very much higher, and both combined is your maturity benefit. So here a client and or an individual is getting a blend of both equity as well as debt, with capital protection as a paramount factor and a better return because there is a equity component in the product. So it's a very good proposition for someone as your client who is very, who is equity savvy, but he's not so much aggressive into equity. He always want to go for a balanced approach. So for that balanced approach, Future Perfect is a beautiful proposition.
I think you hit the nail when you said balance. I was just going to say that I've had experiences with, certain mutual funds and balance funds. This is all what, I'm sure the audience also is aware of. So this in effect is a tax-free balance fund with a capital guarantee and a life cover. and in a very steady manner, part of the bonuses are guaranteed. Part of it is left as an upside, and we all know the benefits of long-term equity investing. If you had bought, let's say, Hindustan Lever 10 years ago as a stock, or Reliance, or Tata Consultancy, these blue chips, we know how far they've gone up today, and most of us end up, holding bank deposits. So I think very fair and a very, very well summarized point on the returns part and the way it is structured. Any questions on this? We will probably leave it to the end of the session.
Yeah. So, like we already did for ASIP as compared to FDs, Lakshya Lifelong Income as compared to FD, and let's do a Future Perfect as compared to FDs. So here in Future Perfect, there's a capital guarantee, there is equity exposure, so there is a higher alpha you can generate over the period of time. There's a consistent long-term returns which has been generated with we have a historical data. There's a tax-free return and a protection with the life cover. So you're getting a life cover in all our products from the day one. So it's like a safety cushion or a safety net for an individual. So it's a very good proposition, and as rightly mentioned by you, equity, if you, for example, in 2010, if I invested 100 rupees in Bajaj Finance, today it will be around 9600 rupees. So I'm just 1 lakh rupees is around 96 lakh rupees in just a 10-year horizon. So this is the power of compounding or a power of equity. But equity always comes with a risk. So if there is a high risk, high return. So that's why for a client who is always skeptical in the mind that I should reduce my equity exposure over the period of time, or I should go for a balanced approach because I do not want to extend my goals timeline. So Future Perfect is a beautiful blend of equity plus debt. Whereas a fixed deposit, there is a reinvestment risk. There is no capital guarantee. As I said, there is a huge amount of NPAs, like we heard of the PMC Bank case, where people depositors were, literally begging for their deposits. And I just want to quote an example that last year, because of the NBFC crisis, even banks started putting stamps on FD that minimum guarantee is only 1 lakh rupees. The minimum they started putting the stamps. So here even your FDs are not secured. There's no capital guarantee. There's no equity exposure. So there's no upside. The consistent returns are also a big question mark because there's a reinvestment risk and the taxable maturity as per your income tax slab. So it's a very beautiful proposition. And a Future Perfect, as if you look Future Perfect composition, in Future Perfect 60% is debt investment and 40% is an equity investment. So here a 40% exposure into equity exposure is a very good proposition, and I want to reiterate why ICICI Prudential Future Perfect is the best traditional plan in the industry is because of its transparency. If you look in transparency, none of the traditional products disclose their portfolio. So what is their holding, what is their underlyings, and in today's time, all the investors are very much savvy कि मेरा पैसा कहाँ invest हो रहा है. So ICICI Prudential Future Perfect plan, if you go on our website, you get a complete detailed portfolio holdings of ICICI Prudential Future Perfect, which is a traditional plan. Whereas on a traditional plan, IRDA does not say that you need to mandatory show it. But as I said, ICICI Prudential always focus on safety, stability, and visibility. In a visibility perspective, we have completely shown our portfolio on the website. Whereas other, traditional products do not highlight their portfolio. So it's a good part. Whereas here, if you look what does Future Perfect offer, it's a higher return chances because of the 40% of equity participation. There's a comfort of a capital guarantee because of the 60% debt part. There's a life cover for the entire policy term and a tax benefit which are already, a part and parcel of a life insurance product, such as because of the section 80C, where you pay the premium, you get a benefit of 1.5 lakhs, and all the maturity are tax free because of section 1010D. So it's a beautiful proposition for someone with a client who wants
I
a
would
balance.
also like to add here, Himmat, and probably you summed up well in terms of the credit crisis. See, so far, I think as investors, we were quite happy putting money in banks or in fixed deposits of companies. A lot of us also did get carried away with a little greed, and we put money in papers like DHFL or ILFS. We were not aware that a DHFL will go bust, or there'll be some kind of a fraud or a misallocation of capital, and our funds will be stuck. I think the investors also sentiment was further scarred when ILFS had issues of repayment. There was no fraud, but there is a liquidity crisis out there, and so on and so forth with many debt funds, including the latest Jolt. Where a very reputed brand, Franklin, came out and said that we cannot, we are going to delay and we will not allow redemption. So I think a lot of investor faith, as it was shaken in the scam days in the stock markets 25, 30 years ago, Similar kind of small jhatkas are coming up in the debt market. And what we thought was peace of mind products, unfortunately, I know clients who have got stuck with lots of large amounts in all these papers. And today, not only are they not getting interest, but they're also not getting any visibility on return of capital. So I think your point that you made in terms of safety of capital guarantee is very, very important, and that in a balanced manner. So quickly moving on, probably we will just take one question. There are quite a few questions coming up on, we did see the structure on guaranteed plus, reversionary bonuses. So can you just throw a little more granular light on what kind of policy structure this has, Future Perfect, and what are the guaranteed additions? And then we will also move on to the bonus track record in terms of annual bonus which you have had, because ICICI Prudential has
Sure.
for a long time and you have a track record.
Sure. So yeah, if you look the product, feature or product components, yes, if you there's a policy here of 5 pay, 7 pay, 10 pay, 15 pay, 20 pay. So the more you stay, the more benefited you are, because the compounding power of equity comes into the play. But if you look on the guaranteed addition side, from first to 5 years in a 5 pay, 7 pay, there's a guaranteed addition of 8%. So there's a guaranteed addition of 8% from the first year itself. From 6th to 10th year, there's a guaranteed addition amount percentage rises to 10%, then further to 12%, and further to 15%. So the more you stay, the guaranteed additions keep on adding up in a huge manner, and that too in a compounding fashion. And whereas equity also starts playing his important role, because in the longer run, then returns get normalized. So it's a good part where guaranteed addition also increases with the time, and the equity component also increases with the time. So yeah, it's you can see in the chart where the four important components are: guaranteed maturity benefit, guaranteed additions, revisionary terminal bonus. Everything are there. So the terminal bonus will give you the higher return, that a higher alpha which we are expecting. And this guaranteed addition and guaranteed maturity benefit are the safety cushion for the capital guarantee, capital protection, and everything. So it's a good. Yeah, and the tax benefit, yeah, as rightly mentioned, it's completely all the maturity, yeah, tax free. Now, as an investor, in today's time, if I have seen so much cycles, for example, in 2008 Lehman Brothers crisis, in 2013 where Fed tapered the interest rates, in 2016 when there was an NBFC crisis, and in 2018 when there is 2020 when there is a COVID type of crisis. So the investors are now very skeptical. They where to invest. I should need to look at the fact sheet. Who is the fund manager? What is the historical data? So here ICICI Prudential has a very big edge on it, because we have a huge track record and historical data of 20 years, because we were the first private insurance company to be listed on stock exchange. And just to add to a point, ICICI and Prudential is the longest running joint venture in an insurance industry. So if you look at the historical data, or all of our traditional products, we have what we have committed, we have delivered that type of bonuses. If you look from 2014, 15 to 2020, whatever we have committed, we have declared not just at the same level, but we have declared higher bonuses for all our policy holders. And in 2020, when in type of such COVID crisis, when all the major industry and sectors are taken a big hit in the terms of their revenue, many company has not started, they did not declare the bonuses. But ICICI Prudential, as we say, customer is the king. We are a consumer centric company. Or all our products are consumer driven, so we declared the bonuses even in 2020, and that too all are fullest. We did not even reduce the percentage by any 25 or 10 basis point also. So it's a very good proposition for the client, which gives him that sense of confidence. Yeah, so I'm investing into a good product with a good historical data and with everything.
I think it's a very important point, and just like to reiterate that whatever we see as reversionary bonus, leaving aside the terminology, reversionary bonus means that bonus which comes to you in the event of profits that the fund or the scheme makes. And it is wise fund management probably, where that means there are enough profits tucked away in the past, which has allowed declaration of bonuses across all the traditional savings plans, even a difficult year, which the fund managers at IPRO have demonstrated. So please accept my hearty congratulations on that, Prudence, and also the fact that you have maintained the investor faith. Probably we then come to the end of the discussions on each product, the Ram, the Lakshman and Bharat, which is the ASIP, the Future Perfect, and the Lakshya Income. Can you also, there are lots of questions from our previous seminar on what is the Married Women's Property Act. Can you just spare 30 seconds for the benefit of our viewers? Because some of them want to
Sure.
can understand it further and how they can probably add this feature to any of the plans that you have and that can come to the benefit.
Sure. So I just want to start. Married Women Property Act was an act in 1871. It was started by the British regime and it is still continued in India. It is the only act which has been still continued in India. The Married Women Property Act is a very good act which gives so much safety to the policy, because it says that in, as we all know, in time of such uncertainty, even in the job, even in the businesses, where businesses are filing huge amount of bankruptcy. So in case of any bankruptcy or in case of any litigation, all the physical asset or all your investments are being attached in the scrutiny. Whereas MWPA in our policy, if you just put a tick on the MWPA part on any of our policy, it's completely safeguard that amount of investment for your family, for your wife, for your children. So here, even not even the Supreme Court of India can attach the policy amount towards a scrutiny or a litigation. So this type of, it's a very good proposition for someone who is a business, who is into a business. And we all know that business cycle, earlier the business were a longer running business, but now due to the disruptive innovations which are coming up because of the competition, because of the government regulations, many businesses are facing a huge amount of turmoil and they are filing their bankruptcy. And in case of bankruptcy or litigation, all the physical asset and the investment, even the personal investment, are being attached towards the litigation. But in MWPA, in our policy, because of the Married Women Property Act, Supreme Court of India, no one in India can attach the policy amount towards in the litigation or the bankruptcy. So it gives so much sense of and there is no additional charge for an MWPA feature. So it's very simple. Whenever you take a policy, you just say that I want MWPA to be attached in my policy. So yeah, that's it. It's called Married Women Property Act, which brings a sense of confidence, which brings so much power to the policy. Because in case there is an uncertainty in the future, I'm pretty sure that this amount, or let's say for this investment, is completely safeguarded for my family.
Fantastic. Okay, so in short, what you're saying is that once you tick that option in your policy, and in case of an unfortunate demise of the person who is insured, the proceeds will go tax-free, litigation-free only to his wife under the MWPA. Fair enough. Any questions on this? We'll probably take it at the end. I think we've probably covered most of the topics that we were aiming to achieve on this webinar. We will now open up the floor for questions and kindly indicate if anybody wants to ask. But before that, we would just like to leave with you with a couple of thoughts on ICICI Prudential as a trusted partner, and also what is the brand strength. Himmat, in 30 seconds, can you just run us through also what your track record, as you've already mentioned. So maybe a couple of slides.
Yeah, I already mentioned that ICICI Prudential has a good historical track record. It's the longest running joint venture. It is a very good brand strength. The AUM, which is the highest in the insurance industry, which is 1.6 lakh crore. And if you look, we have been also voted, and the experience of our fund manager is more than an 18 years average experience. And even in today's time, we have brought up Mr. Gautam Sinha Roy, who was rated as a #1 fund manager across the globe, not just in India. And if you look at the rating agency, they have reaffirmed a AAA rating for ICICI Prudential. Now, if you look at the next slide, we were also voted as the #1 product of the year. We had also got a best insurance firm here for 2018. We have highest brand equity as compared to our peers, or also engagement on a digital platform, which is the need of an hour, because now everything has been moving on a digital platform, and where ICICI Prudential is very much equipped to service their customer on a digital platform. Now, if you look to the next slide, what's important is the historical data. So if you look, ICICI Prudential, as I said, even in such type of such crisis, we have declared 788 crore of bonus, and which was the headline of all the major newspaper, that even in such crisis ICICI Prudential was maintained such. And the important is zero NPA, which I want to focus on, which is the zero NPA, which is non-performing asset. Even in the 2008 crisis, 2013, 16 and 2020 crisis, ICICI Prudential management is so cautious that we did not have paper of Yes Bank, DHFL and ILFS. So we did not lose a penny in such type of crisis. And it talks about that how our management is so cautious in with the investors amount, or investment premium amount. If you look the next slide, in terms of claims, claim settlement. The claim settlement ratio stands at 98.58%, which is one of the leading in the industry. If you look at the claim settlement efficiency, we are now is such so much efficient that we are settling claims in 1 day. So if you just need to have the right document in place and your claim amount gets settled in just 1 day time. Whereas as compared to peers where the average industry time is around 45 to 50 days. So it's a very good proposition. Everything have been coupled or bundled into one product where all the features in terms of brand stability, strength, the product of the year, in terms of zero NPA, in terms of MWPA, in terms of product features, everything is under one hood. So it's a very good
Fantastic.
or a beautiful proposition for an
Fantastic.
individual or an
Thank you so much, Himmat. I think we will now, in the interest of time, we will throw the floor open to questions, if any. Please indicate via chat or just unmute yourself and ask the question. We will throw the floor open to any specific questions on the product or on the concepts that you may have.
Hi, this is Bhavi here. My question is for Lakshya Lifelong product.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, what happens in terms of death? Like, it is mentioned that the payouts are lifelong till the age of 99. So what happens if LA dies in that particular period?
Himmat?
Yes. So in Lakshya Lifelong Income, for example, while you are paying the premium, while an individual is paying the premium and something, God forbid, something happens to the individual, there is a 10 times cover which has been there from the day one. And while the payout starts, if something's happened, then there is a 10 time cover plus the additions of the bonuses. So the cover, the year, if you calculate in an illustration, the death benefit keeps on increasing. Whereas if you look on other products, usually in the industry, the death benefit stays constant or 10 times of your premium. But here the death benefit keep on increasing. For example, if you pay 3 lakhs, your death benefit starts with 30 lakhs, but it keeps on increasing to it keeps on increasing till 85 lakhs also. So the death benefit keeps on increasing over the period of time. And in case of unfortunate event when the payout has started, that you get the death benefit which is higher death benefit, not the lower death benefit.
Okay, so tell me one thing. These payouts are going to the child if any grandparent is proposing the product to the child.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, then if for example, if as a grandfather, I've taken this policy for my grandchild in his name, the payout will go to the grandchild. And in case of unfortunate event for the grandfather, the payout will not be affected because the policy is in the name of the grandchild. He is the life assured, and the proposer is the grandfather. So the payout keep on continuing over the period of time
I
for the
think,
grandchild till 99.
sorry to interrupt. I think the question is, let's say the grandfather is alive, and let's say when the payout starts, initially it will be in the grandfather's name, but the life assured is the child. So the amount will come to the grandfather's account, and after he dies, it will go to the child. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what, God forbidden, what if something wrong happens to the grandchild?
Then there is a cover because the life assured is the grandchild.
The life assured is the grandchild.
Yeah. So Himmat, I think you're cracking. Can you just come close to the phone, please?
Yes. See, I just want to again explain it. A grandfather taking in a grandchild. So grandchild is the life assured, and the proposer is the grandfather. So if
Okay.
something's happened to the grandfather, payout are not affected because it is the policy is in the name of the grandchild. But if something happened to the grandchild, then there is a death benefit which is given to the nominee or the proposer.
Okay, I got it. Thank you so much, Mr. Himmat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fantastic. I think Tushar Bhai had some question on the guarantee. Tushar Bhai, you can unmute yourself and feel free to ask the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you. What I have mentioned in the message, same, is it 100% guaranteed in future for perfect? We are giving return whatever.
Okay. I think the question is that we have a return which we are looking at in future perfect. So is it capital guaranteed or is the return guaranteed? That you need to explain.
The capital guarantee is there. Return guarantee is a variable factor factor because of the revisionary and the terminal bonuses. That's why the upside is there. If there is a complete guarantee, then there would be no upside because it's a complete guaranteed product like our ASIC product where it's a complete guarantee. But whenever as a client who wants to take a upside into equity markets when there's a bull run going on and wants to go for a balanced approach, your capital guarantee is 100% and the upside is because of the terminal bonuses because of the equity exposure.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Tushar bhai, basically what he's saying is that if you want complete peace of mind and returned guarantee, कि भाई ये amount चाहिए ही चाहिए, then you go for ASIP. But that rupee amount to the last digit is guaranteed. So the return is guaranteed, it's cast in stone. But if you want to play for a little upside and you want to keep your capital safe and keep it away from market fluctuation, then you should go for Future Perfect. So the risk is that you will get higher upside risk is there in Future Perfect because you are that 40% equity. But the capital then cannot be guaranteed. I mean, the capital is guaranteed, the return cannot be guaranteed. So ASIP has return guaranteed, Future Perfect has capital guaranteed with the upside.
Right. Okay.
We have around 3.5 minutes left on this session. Any other questions? This is the time to ask. Himmat, I think you've been so eloquent and so clear that our participants are left with no questions. So I
Hi,
think.
can I interrupt, please?
Yes. Who's this?
This is Bhavi here. I don't
Yeah,
have
Bhavi.
a question, but I have little appreciation for Mr. Himmat. I really like the presentation, and he was very, very clear, like, you know, for each and every small points, big points in detail. So I really like the entire presentation. Thank you so much, Mr. Himmat.
Thank you for your feedback. Thank you.
Thanks to everybody for spending time on
Sir,
this.
is
Sorry.
it possible this slide, we can get these slides, sir?
Yes, sure.
So you just share it, these slides via WhatsApp or something like that?
Yes, we will do that. Yes, Anil bhai.
Okay.
So friends, thank you for spending your Sunday morning with us. I know it is too much to give, but I hope this educational session, which is very practical, this is not theory. Thanks again to ICICI Prudential and to Himmat for running us through. These are products which are not easy to understand. These are not available on billboards. And we honestly appreciate the extent of knowledge that was shared today. Ethical Advisors, as you know, is a firm which gives one-stop shop solutions for all your needs. So we work, ICICI Prudential is one of our esteemed partners on the life insurance and the retirement and the long-term solutions space. Likewise, we work with a whole host of partners, including ICICI Lombard, Star Health, ASK Wealth, etc., etc. And we offer all these solutions, whether it's your business, whether it's your personal finance, or whether it's your legacy planning in terms of wills, etc. You are more than welcome to write to us. These are our contact details. Our website is ethicaladvisors.in. We'll be more than happy to get your queries via WhatsApp. And if any questions or doubts, feel free to also ask for a complimentary Zoom call to discuss any specific issue on today's webinar or anything else on the financial and protection front that you may have. Once again, thanks to everybody for attending, and we should have a video recording of this entire session placed on our website in the next 2 to 3 days. In case anybody has missed or anybody wants to recap or you want to share it with your dear ones, please go ahead. Knowledge shared is knowledge gained. So with this, I end this webinar.
Really
Thank you very much
appreciate
again.
both of you, sir.
Yeah, thanks for attending.
Yeah.
Himmat, thanks again.
Thank you all.
And thanks to ICICI Prudential for your support.